You're not lazy. You're not broken. And you're not failing at life. If you feel behind in life, this video is for you. Because psychology reveals why you feel behind in life. And once you understand it, the pressure in your chest finally makes sense. Right now, you might be thinking, why do I feel behind in life even though I'm trying? Why do I always feel behind no matter what I do? Why do I feel stuck in life while everyone else seems to be moving forward? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Why you feel behind isn't because you actually are behind. It's because your brain has been trained to believe you are. And that belief is destroying your sense of time, progress, and identity. Stay with me. Because if you're feeling behind in life in your 20s, behind in life at 30, or constantly thinking why I feel left behind, what you're experiencing has a name, and a psychological cause. Let's start with the core illusion. Human beings were never designed to compare their entire life to thousands of other lives at once. But that's exactly what modern life forces your brain to do. This is the psychology of feeling behind. Your brain measures progress relatively, not objectively. So instead of asking, "Am I better than yesterday?" it asks, "Am I worse than them?" That's why you always feel behind has less to do with your actual position in life, and more to do with who your brain is comparing you to. And this is where fear of missing out quietly enters. The fear of missing out, also known as fear of missing out FOMO, isn't just about events or parties. Psychologically, the fear of missing out meaning is much deeper. It's the fear that your life is happening later than it should. The fear of missing out psychology explains that your brain interprets other people's milestones as deadlines. Marriage by this age. Career by that age. Success by now. So when you scroll, your brain doesn't see inspiration. It sees evidence. Evidence that you're late. Evidence that you're behind in life. Evidence that you're losing time. This is why social media makes you feel behind, not because others are ahead, but because your brain confuses visibility with frequency. You see highlights constantly, so your brain assumes they're normal. This creates what psychologists call temporal distortion. You begin to feel like time is running out, even when it's not. You feel pressure without a real deadline. Urgency without clarity. That's why do I feel behind becomes a daily thought. That's why you feel stuck feels emotional, not logical. And this is why even successful people often feel behind in life. Because the problem isn't progress. It's perception. Now let's talk about something no one explains honestly. Feeling behind in life isn't about age. It's about narrative. When you're feeling behind in life in your 20s, you think you missed the start. When you're behind in life at 30, you think you missed the chance. When you're older, you think you missed the window. Different ages. Same story. That's why always behind in life feels like a permanent identity instead of a temporary emotion. Your brain doesn't track reality, it tracks stories. And the story most people are living in is, "I'm late." Here's the psychological trap. The fear of missing out disorder isn't officially diagnosed, but its effects are real. It creates constant self-surveillance. You start monitoring your life instead of living it. You measure yourself against timelines that were never designed for you. You rush decisions to catch up or freeze completely because every move feels wrong. This is why I feel stuck in life for so many people. Because when every direction feels like the wrong one, your brain chooses safety, stillness, and then you blame yourself for not moving. Let me say this clearly. Feeling behind psychology shows that the brain equates comparison with survival. Thousands of years ago, falling behind the group meant danger. So your nervous system treats social comparison as a threat. That's why the fear of missing out explained isn't just emotional, it's biological. Your heart rate increases. Your attention narrows. Your thinking becomes rigid. And suddenly, why discipline feels impossible, why focus disappears, and why motivation collapses all start to make sense. Your brain is in threat mode, not growth mode. Now here's the part that changes everything. You don't feel behind because you lack progress. You feel behind because your brain lacks closure. Modern life never gives you the feeling of, "I'm on track." There's always someone younger doing more. Always someone ahead. Always another path you didn't choose. This fuels fear of missing constantly. And until you address this psychologically, no achievement will ever feel like enough. So how do you break this? Not with motivation. Not with comparison detox alone. You break it by changing how your brain defines progress. Here's the reframe that psychology supports. Progress is not speed. Progress is alignment. When your actions match your values, your brain stops panicking about time. That's how to overcome fear of missing out, not by avoiding life, but by choosing it deliberately. Instead of asking, "Am I behind them?" you ask, "Am I building something that makes sense for me?" That single question reduces the fear of missing out social media creates. This is also how to get over the fear of missing out without isolating yourself. You narrow your comparison circle. You define your own timeline. You stop outsourcing your sense of progress. And slowly, why I feel behind in life loses its grip. One more important truth. If you're watching this and thinking, if you're feeling behind in life, watch this, because this is exactly me. That awareness alone already puts you ahead. Because most people never question the feeling. They just obey it. They rush. They quit. They settle. Understanding why you feel behind turns the feeling from a command into a signal. A signal to slow down. To choose deliberately. To stop measuring your life with someone else's ruler. So if you're feeling behind in life right now, remember this. You are not late. You are not broken. You are not running out of time. You are living in a world that profits from making you feel that way. And once you see the psychology behind it, the fear of missing out, the comparison trap, the distorted timelines, the pressure starts to loosen. This isn't about catching up. It's about finally moving forward. On your terms.